Hello everyone. Hopefully everyone can hear me and I've set it up correctly because honestly I have no clue. There's obviously latency as well, so everything is running really behind what I see. Today I'm going to start by focusing on the Cumbrian coastline because it's basically the only bit of England I haven't done yet, and it really just needs an hour or two of work looking at it just to get it done, and then we can move on to Scotland, as has been repeatedly requested. So we'll start at Carnforth. I have, if I go to the right tab and turn that on, I have got the map. This is the map I use regularly. I think the station is here. So, first things first, the platform, which is on quite a tight curve. Probably, I mean, we don't need more than like 200 meters. We'll try for 250. See if we can get it to work. And obviously we need the West Coast Main Line as well, coming up here. The main issue I'm seeing is going to be getting the junction and yard working. So it sort of comes from up here. Yeah, I say up, I mean down. It comes from down here and round into there. I'm pretty happy with that. But obviously there's also the loops and everything. So what it looks like is starting from just after this bridge, there's a loop of track on this side, and that comes round until about there. And then on the other side, it's a little more complicated. First things first, there's a crossover here. I'm not sure that's ever going to end up being used, but I dare say it will be used in an actual service, in that it will be used by empty coaching stock to get into the yard. What it won't be used for is any time in passenger use. It won't ever be used for a passenger service. There we go. I got the words out eventually. What am I looking at here? Let's change to this map because it's a bit better diagrammatically for working out what's going on. I think I want a set of points across here. And then, now what? This is interesting. Probably something up there, and that's going up into that platform. While there's another track comes across to, is that obvious on here where that's going? I assume that's this light grey line. Okay. This is rather confusing. I think this is going to be the map of choice. It may not be totally accurate where I'm putting the junctions, but at least I've got the right layout. So we'll have a junction across there, and we'll have one off here up to the station. And that gets joined to from the other track, like so. Now what? They're not connected. That feels like a good place to start, connecting those. Then, this is out into the yard. And it's a double slip by the looks of it here. Does that feel right? So that would be this junction. If I don't know if you can see my cursor terribly easily. Then we've also got off of that into the loop and a switch across to the other line. And the loop continues down to the same place as the other one, or, well, as such, this extra fourth track I've got here that I did start building and had already forgotten about, up to there. There is, by the looks of it, a second loop. Okay, let's get that in then. So that starts off coming over here. And then where? I think I want to cross over that, come up here and round next. I think it's a siding next to the station it goes into. And it also gets joined to from this line. That doesn't look weird at all. From that point, there's this track just goes into two sidings by the looks of it. Although I'm not sure. There's probably a double slip here as well, would be my guess. And then there's a massive yard I haven't even dared to look at yet. How do we even access that? That yard's accessed from the top. Okay. In which case, it might get left for a second. So, how's everyone's new year? Has anyone got any I'll talk eventually. Has anyone got any New Year's resolutions? I haven't, mainly because the new year snuck up on me and I didn't really consider it. But I'd be interested to know what other people have got planned. Is that what I want? I think it is. And then I also want to just come off there like this. And curve it. I think sort of like that is what I'm looking for. Ah, right, so I see the siding loops round to this junction. So let's loop around again. To there. And is that what I want? I guess so. I also want a set of points across into the loop for some reason. Not totally clear on why. And a junction out here to two sidings. Because that track's never going to be used, I'm not terribly bothered by it. Then it's just a matter of the yard area, which seems to mainly consist of a load of sidings and maybe the odd shed that I really can't bother to put in. So honestly, I think connecting those up to here, because that's where it comes out, will do. I'll bring this out and round. connect into that siding, and the last two on the left. There and there. Sorted. Carnforth. It's done. How far north did I get with the west? I only got as far as Preston. Okay, so there's this awkward gap. If I look at this map. Well, I say awkward, I mean it's just Lancaster. Lancaster? Not sure. However it's pronounced, I've not built it yet. And it's not in my plans to build it today, so that's going to end up being done off camera, I think. Wennington is the last station coming into Carnforth from this side, so that could just be connected up. That comes in there. So we run over the top of the west coast. Let's just put the main line in quickly underneath. This runs over the top. I'm not happy about that. Some odd curvature going on there. And then presumably round and up into that gap through the tree line. Okay, this has actually proved slightly more difficult than I anticipated. Let's start from the Wellington end, but I need to work out where the line actually goes. Okay. It goes over there. No, I wanted to connect. Then we come round and up, and at some point we dive into a tunnel. Oh, we've got a bit of time until that. We'll come across the river and along this tree line. Hi there. Yeah, I'm not gonna read out that name because it's just too long and it's time consuming. Time is a thing that I don't like using if I can help it. But hi, welcome to the stream. How are you? What am I doing? That's nowhere near where it is. It's meant to be over there. There we go. Put that in the tunnel as well. How far does this tunnel continue for? Quite a way. Just somewhere up here. I think that's where it comes out. And then we curve around. Aha! A nice bit that actually shows me where the line goes. How useful. And the longer this continues, the easier my life will be. Oh, it stops. I can probably safely assume we follow this curve. Why can't I cross that at that angle? Okay, let's try this again with a different angle of attack. No, it really doesn't want me to cross that river. I can do it there. That'll do. It's good enough. Then we'll come down and into this tree line. And once again, we've got another cue as to where the track goes from the nice gap. We'll try and extend that. Aha, I've almost connected up. It took slightly longer than I anticipated to connect these two bits of track together, but it's done now. There we go. The line across from Settle is built. Now we can actually start work on the Cumbrian coastline. Just my initial plan for today. Oh no, we can't. There's another couple of sidings, yeah. Okay. Well, that's not the worst. So by the looks of it, we have just sidings along here. I'm just going to put 6 in. I think there's more like 8 to 10 in reality, but 6 will do. Have some continue round here as well. And 2 go up here. And then I'm going to change my mind about where I want those. Okay, and this all comes off one set of points there. Spreads out into the different sidings. So that kind of works. It's not terrible. Not great, not terrible. And then this can come up too. Come out of there, you can come down to these sidings. I guess out of the top is going to be easiest. It doesn't have to be terribly accurate. None of the trains are going to use this area. And then we come out of here into these two as well. Sorted. Okay. Right, this map is now useless as it doesn't actually show any of the, well, actually having said that, there's no link to make it show it, but that doesn't mean it straight up doesn't. Doesn't show Arnside. Does it show Barrow? No. Is it Carlisle is the other end of the line, isn't it? We do have Carlisle. And down to Workington. Where's Workington? Oh, not this map. Okay. Oh, no, that's a clickable link that doesn't actually go anywhere. Fair enough. How useful. Okay, then. Instead, we will go back to this map, as it actually shows stuff. So we've got Silverdale, Arnside, Grange-over Sands. Silverdale. I'm pretty sure it's all just... Oh, it's mostly just 2-track. Simple stuff. I've just zoomed in and out repeatedly on this area, like I know what I'm doing. I have no idea where the station is. And this map isn't terribly helpful. I think it's over here. But why would it be all the way over there? Other than the fact that it is. Yeah, it's here, by the looks of it. Nowhere near the actual town itself, obviously. Like the vast majority of stations in the UK. Why would you put it near the town it's named after? When you could instead make people drive to it. Okay, this is our actual line. That needs to not do that. Need to come out onto this bit of land. And then, goodness knows really. Around like this, I guess. Then where? Up to there. Sure, that'll do. Next station, Arnside. This one is actually in the town, and I know this because I've used it. It's actually in the place it's named after. So, therefore, people do actually use it regularly. I don't know a great deal about the Cumbrian coastline, but my brief experience of it is that Arnside Station was used. Great, a road I can't get across. Can I? Okay, it turns out that's actually quite useful because I do have to go over here to then wrap around into the station. Sure. That's fine. Grangeover Sands. It's just along the coast of the estuary. Next to the promenade? Or further down from the promenade? Down by the Rishing Rail? Wow, that was a weird pronunciation. All the way up here? It's all the way up here, is the answer. Okay. Great. Hello, Ben. How are you? Sands. There we go. And back up the coast we go. Round. And then there's a nice bridge. There's something special about the bridge at Arnside, but I can't remember what it is. So there you go. There's my contribution to railway history today. Something special about it. Don't know what. Where are we going next? Kent's Bank. Wow, that's a short platform one side. I'm not sure that's necessarily true, it being that short. But we'll roll with it. Whereabouts actually is it? If it's here, I'm going to have... it is here. Okay then. I'm going to just briefly question the existence of a path. Is this an actual path across the estuaries? It's not on Open Railway Map. Or is it? I don't think it is. It's a weird... I don't know what that line is, what it's trying to represent. Is there a path there? Does anyone know? Is the copy of OpenStreetMaps that NIMBY Rails uses completely lying to me? Let me know if you do know. It's quite possible no one knows. There we go, Grangeover Sands. What's next? Cark and Cartmill, Ulverston and Dalton. Cark and Cartmill up in Cark, presumably. Or maybe Flukeborough. It's between the two. But obviously you wouldn't call it Cark and Flukeborough. You'd call it Cark and Cartmill. Sure, that makes perfect sense to have named it. Cark and Cartmill. Also, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing it right. They're all northern place names, and I am not northern. It is Ulverston next. Oh, Ulverston's the weird station. I remember. By weird, I feel like I now need to go and find a picture to demonstrate what I mean by that. Let me go and find a picture quickly. Open image in new tab. There we go. Right, this is what I mean. So you've got an island platform in effect, but the train on one side doesn't actually open the doors on the island platform, it opens them on the normal platform. That was a terrible explanation of what I mean. It's not the only station in the UK like this. There is another one that does this. In fact, there's several, but there's another two-platform station that does this, whereas others that I can think of are more than two-platform. But yeah, that's what I mean by the weird one. I promise. It hasn't actually helped me with its location. Is it here? I think it is. Hey, set 250 meters, and we'll just push this platform out. Call it Ulverston. And bring the track across, because it's only at Kent's Bank at the moment, and I have no idea how it's meant to get round to Cark and Cartmel, let alone Ulverston. But I think it comes up. Or does it? No, it must come through this gap. That much is clear. How it gets to that gap, not so obvious. It could just do that. Let's just make it do that. Good enough. To get to Ulverston, it probably crosses the river there. I will double check. I'm right. Okay then, let's put in the bridge, just so I have something to aim towards. And then, if we come back down this side, and bring it up, I don't know. I really don't know. There? I could just look at the map. I am making it more difficult on myself by not doing so. There we go. That'll do. Probably comes along through here, most likely. We'll hold control to make some straight lines. My brain got ahead of my mouth there and started saying 3 words ahead of the one it was actually saying. But that's fine. There we go, Ulverston. It's becoming clear to me that the Cumbrian coastline is going to take even longer than I initially anticipated. There's a reason I didn't do it in video form, but I might not be finishing it today. Or not all in one. I might go and do some service setup and signalling and stuff first. So out of Ulverston we have Dalton. I'll try and get to Barrow-in-Furness at least, but Dalton-in-Furness. Where is your station? It is here. It's not too bad. It's trying to call itself a post office, which is wrong. And we'll come out and follow the obvious curvature. Get the feeling I've not followed that quite closely enough. And we'll run up here. Right, I've got to get across this road somehow. And round through the gap. And onwards. Ah, there's a road in the way. And it's slightly too much of a diagonal. I must bridge it. And back to Ulverston. Now, the thing I forgot when I was at Ulverston earlier, well, I didn't forget it, I just knew that I'd have to build this bit of track first, is that there's some sort of yard going on. So we'll build the crossover. How many sidings actually are there? Depends how you want to define the number of sidings there. Kind of 3, kind of 2. Doesn't seem to want to decide. It can have... I mean, there's not many, so I can actually do it reasonably accurately without taking up too much time over it. That'll do. Give it the I want to call it a head shunt. It's not really a head shunt, but it's not. It's too long to be a set of catch points. But it's a bit of both. Okay, we'll end up going up to Askham then. Actually, looking at the track layout, I forgot there was a weird track layout going on here. And we'll stop at Askham for now. So, or Askham, or Askham. I don't know. Anyone have any insight into the pronunciation of these places? Where am I going? There. That's where I'm going. Right. I need to actually be vaguely careful with what's going on here. So, is it around there? The tree line that I'm looking at looks completely different to the one that I actually need to be working off of, which isn't helping me. So, where am I in relation to any sort of major road? Thwaite Flat is this area. That junction is this junction. So, what I'm seeing is that the railway comes up here and down here, and the other track curves off around here. There we go. There's my interpretation of what I'm seeing. I've got the game running quite fast, as you can see. This is as fast as I can run it while still building without it completely lagging out. Because I want it to try and catch up with real time at some point. I'm currently running 3 or 4 months behind. So that's why it's running all the time at the moment. Although I'll only be doing so as long as my computer can handle it. Right, where do we go? Looks like we have to come down across the river and then follow this curvature round. And across that road? Yes. Across that road. And then over here. Technically that's in a tunnel, but I can't be bothered. It adds so little to the game, the existence of the tunnel, that it's not really worth it. So we'll come down here and follow that down. Sorted. Okay. As we run down, the next station is... because this is the line the actual passenger trains use. The freight trains can use the bypass to not have to go down the peninsula into Barrow. But the passenger trains come down to Roos. There is the station. So it's 2 track all the way down to Roos at least. You can hold shift. How has it been 11 months that I've been playing this game and not realised you can hold shift? I mean, it's not a nice one to hold for prolonged periods, but problem is I'm used to double clicking now, and so it's really difficult to break that habit. Where am I even going? I have no idea. I don't even realise I am double clicking, I can hear it afterwards. Right, how do I... Yeah, thanks Lucas. That's good to know. I'm not sure if I'll be continuing to use it because the muscle memory now is completely built on double clicking all the time. But it is useful to know that I miss all of these controls. I do know the control one. Yeah, that one was mentioned a couple of months ago. I typically only end up using that to make bridges when I'm using small segments. But it is useful to know. Where am I? What am I doing? I've lost track of what I'm doing. So it stays double track. Does it get all the way to Barrow double track? It does. Platform 3 here claiming not to connect. I'm going to need a proper track diagram of Barrow, aren't I? Because I don't think that's accurate. Right, what we'll do is... It's definitely double track here. So I'll bring this down and round the corner. And... Oh, yeah, I've fallen straight back into the double clicking. What else am I doing? So I wanted to just put in the little... I'm dropping T's now. Like I actually talk like that. What happened? We'll come along here. It won't be terribly accurate. And just down, down. I think this is roughly where it goes. Like that. Yeah, it's close enough. That'll do. I mean, it's not important, is it? Okay. Now, when it comes to Barrow, I like abbreviating it to Barrow. I don't know why. It's not like it's called Barrow. I do have... You guys won't be able to see this because it's a physical book. I think it's in that one. Because I don't trust the track diagram online, and I only have one track diagram, none of the other websites I use have it, I'm going to use my physical track diagram, which is a couple of years out of date, but should be roughly right, just to double check that the one online is correct, because it doesn't look it. Would you look at that? It is. Okay then. I don't remember it being laid out like that when I was there, but there you go. Well then, we'll continue building. So, we have a track there, and a single track there. And we call it Barrow-in-Furness. Done. The double track comes out this side. And down there. I'll just neaten that up a little bit. And there is a set of points that isn't shown on here. So it was a good thing I got the track diagram out. There is a junction across from here to here. And then I just need to adjust that. Sorted. Out the other end, it is double track for now. Okay. But single track before the road. Let's see. There's an ambulance outside my window. I don't know if you can hear it. It's quite loud for me. There we go. And off there into that line. Then a crossover. And the yard is again going to be one of these messes of... There's some sidings here. Let's make it look vaguely accurate. Oh look, there's some more up here. That'll do. That'll do on the accuracy front. So we come off here and up into these sidings. So into that one and into these two as well. At some point we need to come off that over here. There we go. This single track continues up to this road. Ah, okay, I guess we're going up a level. And round. And that comes off there. Okay. And then the other bit that I have to put in, even though I'm never going to use this stretch of track, is the end siding that all of these sidings compact down into. That was not the right word choice, but I'm sticking with it. I'm going to stick with the choice of the word compact. Sure, it's fine. There we go. Then this single track just continues up to the single track I had earlier. Here we go. Yeah, I can imagine German stations are just a mess of double slips everywhere, aren't they? And some of the London terminal have been difficult enough to recreate. Where on earth do I take this track? Okay, so it does curve back down a bit to come over that road and then in there. So if I bring that down, we'll build blueprints. There we go. Oh, I needed to connect that. I forgot I hadn't connected that up. Goodness knows how it does connect up, but I guess we'll just go with a simple make a bridge, curve around the road. Probably completely wrong, but good enough. Oh, getting across there is going to be interesting. There we go, sorted. Just extend out this curvature, and we're done. Build. There we go, I've started the Cumbrian coastline. Yeah, probably one of my hardest stations so far has been Waterloo, I imagine. Actually, no, I take that back. Waterloo is a bit of a tangle of tracks that actually works. And that's because even up till this point, every track is a single direction. There's no bi-directional tracks. Oh, I didn't change some of the trains. I meant to go back in and change the 455s to the right livery. I still need to do that. Even up to this point, they're single directional tracks. Paddington, on the other hand, the station itself isn't too complicated, but for some lines, they're bi-directional from back here, which is a sort of like 2 miles out and doesn't really work for having a frequent service. Like, obviously in real life, a signaller can deal with that, and automatic route setting deals with it fine and everything, but NIMBY Rails doesn't. To the point where I've straight up just told it, don't use this track. because it was more effort than it was worth to try and get that line working. I still haven't finished setting up all of the GWR services, I don't think. Not that that's what I'm going to do today. Today I was thinking of finishing off setting up the southeastern ones, because I need a break from building track up on the Cumbrian coast. So I will quickly turn off that so that I can open up another page, because I, for some reason, did not prepare this. Here we go. Page is now open. I can turn it back on. Probably can't read it. It's probably too small. But so I'm trying to remember what I did last night. I definitely got to all of the Victoria services done, I think. I don't think I'd started Charing Cross. I think that was today's job. I'm going to have to slow it down so that I can actually move around London. Yeah, it doesn't look like... No, there's no services in Charing Cross. Okay, let's pull the colour. New line, paste. Let's see, Charing Cross to... What are we starting with? Ramsgate via Tunbridge. Oh no, this is why I didn't start with Charing Cross. I hadn't done Charing Cross yet because I've not got enough platforms for what would be ideal. I'm just going to count up what services I've got again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, okay, no. Suburban, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 half-hourly suburban services. Then there's 3 hourly long distance. I've got 6 platforms. My temptation is to do the 3 long distance all off the same platform. And give each suburban service its own platform. Yes, London is busy. There is way too much going on. Okay, still going to stick with Ram being Ramsgate. I've not looked it up. Currently, goodness knows, 1009. Currently. It's about to become more. Let's set up my default timings of a minute dwell and hour interval. Yes, 1000. I'm also going to bring up another page which is going to be a bit difficult to find. Take for next Wednesday. Ram is correct. Okay, I have been guessing correctly then. There we go. Is it? What, you're counting this as a stopping service? Fair enough. It does stop at pretty much every station. Why did I open this? I had a reason for opening this. Oh, it was because I wanted to check platform allocations at Waterloo East and subsequently London Bridge. Waterloo East C means... Okay, they really do want to treat this as a suburban service, even though it's not. So it'll be on the bottom 2 lines through Waterloo East, which, to be fair, can be accessed from anywhere. But you probably want it out on 6, actually. Okay. No, what am I doing? That's the button I want. Platform K. Let me go back to this, because this is a bit easier to use. I haven't seen the pedestrian paths one. That's something that would be useful because I've got a lot of stations that don't really connect properly. If it does what I think it does. I have seen, and one that I'm using, I can't hold a train of thought, can I? I've got ferries in, although I'm currently running all the ferries and hovercrafts and catamarans are all running as the same ferry because I only have one ferry asset currently. But it means passengers can get between the island line and the main network. Right, back to what I was doing. Charing Cross. And then Waterloo East. So this is how I started setting up lines now. I'll do the station in both directions, and then the next station in both directions. I'm trying to hazard a guess as to which platform is numbered which here. Okay, so there's 6 here, so we start from 7. This train is going out through... Okay, no, so 1's the other side. Great. This train is going out through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out through this one. Probably back through that one, if I had to hazard a guess. Am I allowed back through that one? I am. London Bridge was a mess as well. Luckily, even though the lines are technically bi-directional, you can, well, with the exception of Southern, you can get away with it. So after London Bridge, we have Sevenoaks. Stopping service, but faster Sevenoaks, which is down here, where we use platform 3. Probably that one, which means you probably come back through 2. Tunbridge, Paddockwood. Yeah, okay, and then this is where it starts being a stopping service. Marden, Staplehurst, Headcorn. So what purpose does it serve for them to walk from one platform to another? Is that like, presumably that's when platforms are far enough apart that they don't initially count as the same station, as opposed to just platforms that are adjacent to each other? Because that's what I can think it would be useful for. Ashford International probably uses these 2 tracks. Western Hangar. Sandling. Folkestone West. Folkestone Central, Dover Priory. Oh yeah, Dover Priory, the station that I never understand the platform allocations for. Seems to be completely random. We go out through 3, which I guess is that one. We probably come back through 1. If we stay out of the way of the terminating trains that for some reason seem to be on platform 2, that would be great. Martin Mill, Woolmer Deal, Sandwich. Come on, there we go. Woolmer. Oh, I've done this wrong. Down, down. There we go. Woolmer. Deal. And Sandwich. And then finally, Ramsgate. Has to guess which of these many platforms do you reckon it uses? 3. So one of the middle 2. In reality, no, it's not. Whatever is on H can... H is this train. which has, at Ramsgate, a 20-minute turnaround. And it's an hourly service. We can deal with that, so long as we're less than 40 minutes. Which we will be. So it's a 375. And we'll make it 8 cars. By 1 to begin with. The Channel Tunnel car link. One of my plans when I finish the UK is to potentially go into France, at which point, yes, I will build the Channel Tunnel. I have the station set up. Yeah, I'm not going to do that until I've done all of Scotland and potentially Ireland as well. Because it makes sense to finish the UK before I start on anything else. Right, it's a 4-hour 52 round trip. That's actually a really ideal length of time if I'm going to have all 3 long distance services on the same platform. I need quick turnarounds, which means it's going to be a pretty much non-existent turnaround at Ramsgate. I'd probably justify 3 minutes rather than 1. But yeah, I'll go with that. It's going to be very quick turnarounds at both ends. 5 trains, so I'll get another 2 that length. I imagine they never run 12-car trains, but we'll have some fun. And a 4-car. I've already got enough 3-car units and 3+3 trains to actually use up all of Southeastern's 3-car units. So I can only use 4 cars now. That's fine. Did I actually set the line to run? No, I didn't. Now it's running. What next? Charing Cross to Hastings. To an hour. There's also, just to clarify, there's a Charing Cross to Tunbridge Wells, which is peak only, that I'm not going to schedule. Because you can't do peak only in this game, or at least if you can, you can't do it easily, and I haven't worked it out yet. Did I accidentally create more than 1 new line? No, I did not. Good. Southeastern, Charing Cross to Hastings fast. I think it's HGS. I do have southern services going there, so I can check. He says optimistically. Oh, southern don't terminate at Hastings. I thought one southern service did. HGS. Probably Hastings. And this is fast. So C2C I put it in brackets. Southern I did not put it in brackets. Who knows? I'm not going to put it in brackets in this. In this case, I am not. I might change C2C later to match the others. One an hour. And zoom in on Charing Cross. We have to share a platform. It's unfortunate. We're one of the fast trains to Hastings, so that will be that one. Or is that one of the slow ones? Looks like one of the fast ones to me. So C at Waterloo East, 7 at London Bridge. Okay, so this... I understand what is happening. We come down through here, back through there. London Bridge will go through these two. I'm going to have to give the London Bridge a little look-see in a minute, once I've set this route up, because the other route doesn't appear to have used it properly. Probably just needs some go vias. But we'll come back to it. Orpington, Sevenoaks. Orpington. I assume that's the track I meant to use through Orpington. Sevenoaks would probably come through the middle. Hildenborough? No, not on the fast one. Straight to Tunbridge. Not sure anything runs through Tunbridge fast, except for a couple of peak hour trains, potentially. It's the same with Paddock Wood. Freight and peak hour services. I guess use the centre lines. Tunbridge Wells, Wadhurst Battle. Which one do you reckon's Wadhurst? Probably nearby to the place called Wadhurst. Battle's further down here. And then St Leonard's Warriors Square, Hastings. Yeah, go in the terminating platform at Southern Terminal. I don't know how long Southern spend terminating at Hastings. 5 minutes. Okay, that's not the train I'm looking for, because that one's going out into a siding and back in the other platform. Where's the train that actually terminates here? Where are you? Okay. I thought a train terminated here. I mean, it looks like it does. I'm going to have to click on the station and try and find out. I reckon it's that one. Victoria to Orr. Intriguing that you only go as far as Hastings if you're meant to be going all the way to Orr, really, isn't it? You spent 45 minutes terminating here. It's a good thing I found that. Okay, that seems wrong to me, so it's not going to happen anymore. So now you're going to go through Hastings and up onwards and find somewhere at Orr. Like potentially via Royal Siding, which apparently I've put at the station, so there you go. Okay. So then if I up this to like 35 minutes, that's sort of what I want, I reckon. Cool. That's fine. Fixed that. That means this train now has unlimited use of that platform at Hastings. Has it? Okay, that was a bit further than I anticipated going. What is it trying to do here? Not what it's meant to do. Okay, out of London Bridge, you're clearly going to need use of some waypoints. So we're going to go out along there and back in along here. If you could stick to that, that would be great, but you're not going to. So back in along here, you straight up failed. I'll give that a look in a second. Out along here. You've managed that. That succeeded. Okay then. Why is London Bridge so complicated? So between the two, we'd like to go down here Can't find a path. And back up here. Why can't you find a path? Does it straight up not connect somewhere or something? Aha! I've spotted it. They are the wrong way round. Now it works! It's a miracle. Now they use the right line. I should also fix this one, really, shouldn't I? So, where do you try and go? Okay, you almost succeed, actually. It's a minor miracle. I'm not really sure what you're trying to do. What I'm realising is that I need to have another look at London Bridge on a track diagram. So, it's coming out of 6. Where that train is. Yeah, I can cope with that. Which would put you on the down Charing Cross. Coming out of 7, you'd end up on the Charing Cross reversible. Into 8 and 9 from Charing Cross reversible or up Charing Cross. Okay. And then that changes by over here, but there's no naming of them. But I think it's around here it changes. Basically, I'm going to treat the Charing Cross reversible as the down Charing Cross, I think. Or am I? You can get rid of that waypoint. No, not that button. That button. And please go on that track. And then yes, you can switch there. That's allowed. Or would I like you to switch later on if you can? You can switch all the way down here. I might like you to do that. Yeah, then you switch, and then you come down all the way down, down, and it's all working fine. The other line, this one, also needs to do that. So after London Bridge, you need a waypoint here, and then another one, ideally as late as possible. Where was the last? Okay, what I need to do then is turn that seeking on and click there. It's around here by the looks of it. Is it that? That node. Seeking off. After this waypoint, have a waypoint there. Yes, and then you switch across there. Sorted. That middle track's the reversible, this one isn't. I think I've worked it out. And then you're on the right line through New Cross. But then something changes here. I need you to run down this line and back up from Tunbridge, Sevenoaks towards London Bridge on this line. Oh, it's just there. It's just that stretch. Okay. This one, just before Orpington on there, and just after Orpington on there. Stay on the fast lines, please. They're there for a reason. Through Hither Green, still on the fast lines. The fast lines through Grove Park. And through here. And through Pettswood. And up to Orpington. Okay. I think it works. Famous last words. This has got slightly longer now because it's actually doing the right thing rather than going somewhere completely different. But that's fine. Actually having a little extra time. I might give it a little bit longer to turn around at Ramsgate. And then it's still got 9 minutes to turn around at Charing Cross. The Charing Cross to Hastings service needs a train, first and foremost. You can have a 4-car to begin with. That's a long... Yeah, okay, that's going to need a long turnaround at Hastings. Luckily, got Sol... Oh, we don't have Sol use that platform, do we? As the slow train wants to use it as well. No, the slow train can use the turnaround that Southern uses. There we go. Solved. I could do with you having slightly longer. Okay, I have a 50-minute turnaround. That'll do. Okay, so I need 4 trains. So let's get 3 8-cars to go with the 4-car. Full. What are we up to now? We're up to 1,018 trains on 180 lines. Charing Cross to Hastings, slow. Charing Cross to Hastings. That's the fast one. Is this a slow one? This is a slow one, which also counts as an express. Go figure. Provided it's run by 375s, which it is. Okay. What am I doing? I know what I'm doing. I'm making a new line. Paste. Charing Cross to Hastings. Give it the standard. Yeah, the game really doesn't like me doing anything while hovering over London. That's what I'm realising. London is just not the place to try and do stuff. Through Waterloo East. Yeah, Waterloo East is one. I can't connect Waterloo East to Waterloo like they are in real life. So the pedestrian walking thing for that would be good. I have no idea what's happening there, but I'll roll with it. This train's doing that. Provided I give it a waypoint here, it should stick to the right line for long enough. Yeah, down to there. Then the first stop is Orpington now. But I have to just make sure that we stay on the fast lines through here, because currently we don't. It needs babysitting. There we go. It should stay on the fast lines. Well, actually, it doesn't have a station stop far enough down for me to be able to see. Orpington and then Sevenoaks. Go Sevenoaks. Hildenborough. Okay, now I've done that. he says optimistically. What on earth is going on there? Okay, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Hildenborough to Tunbridge. Oh, I know what's going on. I've got the stations in the complete wrong order. No, like that. And this Sevenoaks comes down below Hildenborough. There we go. Now it's right. Now I've got them in the right order. Hello, Will. So I'll just go and double check that we stay on the fast lines. As we should. Yes, we do. Okay. Now, Tunbridge. Onwards from Tunbridge. Right. High Brooms, Tunbridge Wells. Oh, I didn't put in the slow. There we go. High Brooms, Tunbridge Wells. Frant. I don't know. Wadhurst. Stonegate. Etchingham, Robertsbridge. Battle. Crowhurst, West St Leonards. St Leonards Warrior Square, Hastings. So the thing to note is we can't use the terminating platform at Hastings, so we have to go up and use the siding like Southern. You know, like anyone else would use the other siding, but... So put it in there. We'll give it a train just to see what's going on. Okay, we could do a half-hour dwell. Oh, well, not quite half an hour, but 25 minutes maybe. I think it was a 10-minute turnaround back at Charing Cross. Yeah, that works. Needs 4 trains. It's currently got 1, so only another 3. There we go. Full service. So until the trains are out of Charing Cross, that's going to be a mess because they're all going to start queuing up, waiting for each other to leave. It really lags when I put it on the highest speed in London, but you know, you can watch all the underground come through Charing Cross. Maybe a train will leave eventually, you never know. People aren't terribly happy with me, given there's only like... I mean, everyone seems perfectly thrilled. Mediocre. People in Charing Cross trying to get to Norman's Bay now, I'd suggest you go to Victoria for that one. Okay, so that's the express services, or the long distance services out of Charing Cross done. I'm skipping the peak hours only service. Charing Cross to Dartford. Let's start with that. Let's also slow down the game again so that I can actually play. So, that's it. Charing Cross to Dartford. I think that's right. I think I've had to do it Dartford before. I have Victoria to Dartford. And minute dwell every 30 minutes. So, you can use platform 1. And we're going to Waterloo East, London. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to this. Dartford, Waterloo East A. Okay, so as expected, we are going through the other platforms at Waterloo East. Not really what I wanted to click. Interesting that I can do it though. Then London Bridge. This is where it gets a bit more complicated. London Bridge 7. Okay. Honestly, I think 6 and 7 is completely arbitrary, depending on which one's available at any given moment in time. Out of London Bridge along here, because we don't want to use the reversible if we can help it. And we're going to Lewisham. Okay, we don't stop at New Cross. We do use Tanner's Hill Junction. I don't know which one that is, I'll admit. I could have a look. This map will probably tell me. That one. Okay, so we do go over the top. Right. Nice and helpful. That is kind of what I expected. Where are we going after Lewisham? Because that will affect what platform I use. Blackheath. That's that way. Cool. We'll use this platform at Lewisham then. Let's come over the top. Join up with the line from Victoria and come in. Blackheath. And then Charlton, which is up here. Woolwich Dockyard. Woolwich Arsenal. Plumstead. Abbey Wood. Ah, Crossrail. That's something I'm yet to set up, actually. I have done Crossrail on camera before, when I did it originally. Belvedere. Actually, I might leave Crossrail now because it's meant to be opening in the next couple of months. Famous last words. So I might leave it until it actually opens to set up the routes. Slade Green. Dartford. Do you reckon we want to use the same platform? How long did the Victoria to Dartford have as a turnaround? 8 minutes. So at a similar sort of time, we could use the same platform. This is operated with 376s, 465s, 707s. Quite like to put 707 on it, honestly. I do have the southeastern livery as a decal. Put 2 of those on. This actually works out pretty well. So I can have just a 5-minute turnaround at Dartford. Because it's got its own platform, it can have up to like 28 minutes turnaround at Charing Cross. So 0:30, 1:30. I need 4 trains. I've got 2 already. Might put some 376s on if I've got them. I do. Great. 2 376s. There we go. That line can be full. And we've got Charing Cross to Dartford via Bexley Heath, which is going to need probably a new platform at Dartford at this point. Actually, I need to double check how that got down here. Did it come down okay? Looks like it did. Yeah, we can always use the platform on the other side. Realistically, any of them work. But I'd like to keep the middle 2 for through services. because there's oh so many of them. This is the train in from Victoria. So this was Charing Cross to Dartford via Abbey Wood. I'm not sure what code that's got. So this actually was the wrong thing to look at, but it will be fine. Can I find one that's correct? There we go. ABW is Abbey Wood. So technically we're meant to go through platform 7. I'm not sure we did, but oh well. ABW. And we'll do paste the colour. SE Charing Cross to Dartford via BXH for Bexley Heath. And then there's also a Charing Cross to Gravesend. It goes via Dartford. And a Charing Cross to Sevenoaks. And a Charing Cross to Hayes. There's all sorts. Yeah, Charing Cross to Dartford via Bexley Heath, which is this one. 10:05. 1 minute to Wells. I don't think I'll do Cannon Street services today necessarily. I'll just finish Charing Cross for now. Hello, Charing Cross. Platform 2, then down to Waterloo East and London Bridge, where we'll come through 7. So I'm just intrigued to see when does it actually switch over. It should be just before Thameslink joins. Well, the last one was. This one has failed. Don't worry, I will fix it. That's not the button I wanted. That's also not really what I was aiming for. So go down there, and then after London Bridge, come back up here. There we go. Right, London Bridge. Out of there, we need you to be on this line. And then still on it here. And then after that, down past New Cross into Lewisham. That's worked. Blackheath. But then, as opposed to last time, this time we go to Kidbrooke rather than up to Charlton. So Kidbrooke. Marston Vale. The track is laid. The route is not created yet. I haven't signalled that area yet. My old save, it was done in. Back, that was pre 1.2, so everything was double track. There was no single track. I had it in there. And I've built the track again, but I haven't got around to actually setting it up yet. So I worked ahead with the track. The signalling and routing is running a bit behind. Yesterday I signalled up the East Coast Main Line to Peterborough. So it's just the Midland Main Line and West Coast Main Line and Chiltern Main Line left. Actually, Chiltern Main Line is signalled. I haven't put any trains on it. So it's just the West Coast Main Line and Midland Main Line unsignalled out of London. But there's plenty more that don't have any routes on them. Yeah, track is occupied. I'm not terribly surprised. That's fine. That's what I wanted. He says, like he knows what he's talking about. There you go, 5 minutes at Dartford. How many actually terminate at Dartford? That feels important to know. 1, 2, 3. Just the 3. Okay, this is the last terminator at Dartford. Cool. You're going to need more than 5 minutes, so that is good. There we go. That's better. That makes four trains, of which I've bought 1. I want another 707. Purchase. And then we'll get some 465s as well, with the relevant decal. Operate some 10 cars. 4 plus 2 plus 4. It's a bit of a weird formation to do it in, but okay. 2 of them. Yeah, so the Marston Vale line is... It's Bedford to Bletchley, isn't it? That one. So I have Bletchley. I have the line out through all the way up to Bedford. It's just none of it is signalled, so I can't put any trains on it yet. Okay. You're fine. The track won't be occupied eventually. You'll sort yourselves out. Right, that was Charing Cross to Dartford via Bexley Heath. Now I've got Charing Cross to Gravesend. Paste. Southeastern. Charing Cross to... Gravesend. Does anyone know the 3-letter station code for Gravesend? It might be GRV. It might be GRA. It might have a D in it, for all I know. No, every 30 minutes. Did I do that right for both the dot? Aha. Good thing I checked. Yes. GRV. Oh, I am right. Okay. I mean, my next step is to do this, in which case I will be able to check it. So, yeah, through A, through 6, then Hither Green 6, whichever one that is. But we go via Tanners Hill Junction, so. Charing Cross, Waterloo East. Then we're going to have to make sure we use the right ones here. Through 6, we'll come back through 9. We'll come down that track. All the way down to Hither Green 6, which is that one, I guess. Do you really not go to, yeah, you don't go to Lewisham. Okay. At what point do you switch over to the slows then? Is it there? We've got Parks Bridge Junction. You switch from fast to slow. And Parks Bridge Junction is that one, I guess. Yeah, it probably is here then. Yeah, that looks right. Cool. It is switching at the right place. Hither Green, followed closely by Lee. And then I've lost what I'm looking at. There we go, Bottingham, New Elton. Let me know if I'm covering up what I'm doing on screen with the little corner thing showing the internet, because I can't see if that's happening or not. I just assume everything can be seen, but I do realise once that corner is cut out and then there's the menu over on the left, there's very little of the actual map left. Bexley, Crayford, no. Dartford, Stone Crossing, Greenhithe, Swanscombe. Hello, Rob. Northfleet and Gravesend. Is that? Yep, okay, it's crossing over. This is operated by a little bit of everything. It can have an 8-car 465. Actually, it's going to need a good amount of these. I'm going to make it stop in Gravesend for 10 minutes, which means I'll need 5 trains. So that was 2. We'll give it a singular 707, and we'll give it 2 376s. There we go. Full service. Try and keep a variety of trains on each route. The population layer really has changed. If Gravesend now has a population of 14,000, it used to be almost impossible to get a station to have more than 1,000 population. So the population layer really must have updated. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that does seem to be more accurate. Because it used to be everything was like vaguely pink. This seems to be a lot more accurate now. Cool. I've left it on. Let's not. I've turned on the regions layer as well now. I kind of forgot that one existed. Cool. Let's turn that off. Charing Cross to Gravesend is done. Charing Cross to Sevenoaks. Let's get that in quickly. There's only 2 left. Charing Cross to Sevenoaks and Charing Cross to Hayes. Charing Cross to Sevenoaks. I think that's right. One minute, 30 minutes. We're going to Sevenoaks. What do we see? Okay then. That means they count this as a long distance, in effect. That's cool. I'll just have it come out of there. Waterloo East, London Bridge. And then Hither Green. What platform at Hither Green though? 2. Oh, okay, you stop at Hither Green on the fast line. That's unusual. It's an unusual decision. Yep, come over with everything else. Keep coming down. I'm going to have to make sure you stay on the fast lines through here. I think that's right. I think they're in the right order. Hither Green and back through Hither Green. Yeah, I'm not seeing any doubling up of lines, which means it's probably right. then Grove Park, Elmstead Woods. Grove Park 3. Elmstead Woods is down here. I'm intrigued that it's not using the slow line. That seems to be a weird decision. Does it switch to... Oh, it does at Elmstead Wood. No, at Grove Park even. It switches. Okay. Does that mean I can get Elmstead Woods on these lines? Well, one of them switched across. The other one has failed. Guess I'm going to look at a map. Grove Park. There isn't a way. Straight up, there is not a way to switch across. What platform are you using it? Oh, we don't have any platform allocations all the way down to Orpington. Where it's in platform 5. Which is on the slow lines. Am I just going to have to switch to the slow lines before Grove Park then? And use 5 and 4 instead of 3 and 2? That's going to be my best bet. There we go. And then they can switch back across here. I don't know what's going to use those two platforms that hit the green, honestly. That remains a mystery. Maybe I should. Actually, I could have a look. If I click on hit the green here. It's Cannon Street to Orpington. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Cool. Okay, I'll stick with what I've got currently then. Hither Green. Where did we get to? Elmstead Woods. So we'll give it Chislehurst. Hetswood. Orpington. Chelsfield, probably. Knockholt and Dunton Green. And then Sevenoaks. Can I terminate in that platform? I'm not convinced. No, I cannot. Great. What platform do you want to terminate? It wants to terminate in 2. Feels like an odd decision, but okay. If you want 2, you can have 2. I quite like it if every other service coming up from the south came in through 1, but I guess it could if it wanted it to. They could make it do so. What operates this? Bit of everything. Okay, can have a single 376 on you then. Yeah, because I'd kind of like it to sit around here for like 25 minutes. Maybe. No, it could sit around for 5 minutes. But I might see about putting everything else that comes through Sevenoaks through 1 instead of 2. What does come through Sevenoaks? This line does. On your way back, would you mind coming through this platform instead of this one? What else? There's trains to Hastings. Through here. Through here. And then we should be down to... Oh, yeah, this list is useless because it only tells you trains that are approaching. Sure, that'll do. I think that's right. I think that's everything that uses this station. So we need 4 trains. We've got 1. We'll put a 707 on because why not? And 2 465 units. One and 2. There we go. Got a nice variety going on. That was Charing Cross to Sevenoaks. So then there's one more, and that's Charing Cross to Hayes. It should be pretty quick. It stays within London. Paste. SE Charing Cross to... I think it's HYS for Hayes. As much as I'd like to think it's HAY. This uses the last platform at Charing Cross and is going to Hayes. Express? Call an express if you want. It is stopping at every station. Waterloo East A. And then London Bridge 7. Okay. Waterloo East. London Bridge. Just want to check we're not using the right tracks. Let's make it use the right tracks. There we go. At Waterloo, and then you switch back across there so you can get into the middle platform. Out of London Bridge, we need you to be up there. And stay up there as long as the others do until there. Okay, that's good. That works. Then what? Ladywell, Catford Bridge. So what I'm seeing is it comes down the fast line and then switches off here, which is fine. I think the other service to Hayes goes back through Lewisham. And I'm sure there's one that comes down there as well. Ladywell, Catford Bridge. There we go. It's just every stop to Hayes, so don't need to look at the Wikipedia page anymore. New Beckenham. Don't try and do a peak service into Beckenham Junction. Clockhouse. Elmer's End, where you meet the trams. Eden Park. West Wickham. Hayes. Okay. What was I doing? Right, setting up the service. So this is it could be, again, a bit of everything. We'll give it a 8-car 465 to begin with. Hayes, you can have like 20 minutes in Hayes if you want. Maybe even 25. Nice long turnaround. I need 4 trains overall. I might do a second of these and then 2 376s. Full service. Off you go. Accelerate time a little bit. Trains out of Victoria really get a bit crammed up at Bromley South. You'll notice they'll the stopping service from Orpington runs just in front of 2 express services from further afield, all the way in from Bromley. It's not ideal. The busiest station. I'm not sure what I'd consider busiest at the moment. In real life, Waterloo is one of the busiest. In game, everything's got like a 5-minute turnaround, so it's empty all the time. Victoria is quite busy typically. I use longer turnarounds and there's a lot of platform sharing going on. I mean, Clapham Junction obviously is busiest in terms of trains in the country, but again, that doesn't really get represented terribly well in NIMBY Rails. That said, there's quite a few trains going on. It's always full. There's loads of passengers waiting all the time. But what else have we got? It's going to be one of the London termini, I would have thought. That said, East Croydon's typically got 2 or 3 trains going on at any given moment. I'm inclined to say the stretch into Portsmouth, but actually that's not terribly busy. Brighton gets quite busy. Again, it's because of platform sharing. We end up with trains queuing out here. So, I mean, that train's cleared out now, so this one will be able to come in. And subsequently, the train behind will be able to follow into its platform. You notice there's normally 4 or 5 trains in Brighton. Reading will end up quite busy, but currently there's very few services at it. One that it's a weird one, but Camden Town, because you've got both branches of the Northern Line meeting and then that junction that's all interposed on top of each other. There's always plenty of trains here because they get jammed behind each other all the time. Yeah, Waterloo and Clapham Junction are pretty happy. Camden Town is not. Battersea, everyone in Battersea is really unhappy all the time. They've just had an underground extension given to them, and they're still unhappy. What else have we got? Waterloo's got a bit busy now. Some of the trains have come in from outside. Charing Cross currently looks busy, but that's because it's got the first trains are still spawning, so every platform currently has a train in it. I wonder what Fenchurch Street apparently actually has 4 trains in it currently. Yes, Fenchurch Street has some very long turnarounds. So trains are only every like half an hour or so at each platform, but the turnarounds are like 25 minutes. So the station is almost always full, but there's never any queues. The joy of being a completely separated network, in effect, is you never have any queuing. You can see 2 have just left, and there'll be there's 1, and there's a second, probably not too far back, coming in. Problem is because everything does stop at Limehouse and West Ham and so on. Oh, there's what I'll call the busiest. The Emirates airline is incredibly busy all the time, but that's just because there's a cable car every like 10 seconds. Yeah, some of the busiest stations aren't the ones you'd necessarily expect, just because of how long trains have to turn around at the end of the route. Eastbourne's typically quite busy, although it's currently empty, so what do I know? Portsmouth looks busy when you zoom down, but that's because of all the ferries. I'm trying to think what else we got. Because I've not really got anything in the north yet. Like, there's the Sheffield Super Tram, which means some of Sheffield is quite busy. Everyone in Sheffield is really unhappy, but that's possibly because they can only go to other places in Sheffield and not the rest of the country yet. And the same with the Blackpool tram, although last I looked, barely anyone uses this. Probably doesn't help that it will never connect to Blackpool North. And or Blackpool South for that matter. It's really close to 3 stations in Blackpool. And technically a 4. Like that, they're all within walking distance, but no one walks in this game. Depots, occasionally, when I can be bothered. There's a depot here on the tram. Where else do I know? I've got one for a fact. I'd put one in Fratton. They don't serve a great deal of purpose, I've found, typically. Because I spawn trains at the start of the line. I'm not sure if there is an option to do it from the depot now, I think, is there, potentially? Having said that, I can't think what it is. So I don't always bother with depot. Like the underground, not bothered. Or at least the Morden depot, I haven't bothered. I might have done it at one of the others on the Northern Line. Yeah, Golders Green has a depot. So I put Acton depot in. So yeah, sometimes I bother, sometimes I don't. Oh, Clapham Junction's got quite a bit busier now by the looks of it. That's fun. Means something's going on, doesn't it? If nothing else. Wimbledon because of the underground and the trams. Guildford can get busy. Everyone's happy at Guildford. What a surprise! That's a rarity. What else? Earl's Court, I imagine, gets quite busy sometimes. Although, having said that, it's now empty. So, what do I know? Every time I say somewhere might be busy, it's then promptly empty. Stratford will end up busy once I've put in Greater Anglia, but I haven't done yet. Do I want to just finish off Cannon Street? There's not much to it. So it'll finish off southeastern. It's 1, 2, 3. It's just 3 services by the looks of it. So there's 1 loop via Greenwich and Sidcup. Yeah, I've not really looked into scheduling. I just schedule trains on the line 24/7. Leave it at that. I will need to look at it once I do the Great Yarmouth area because there's a couple of once-a-day services that I do need to schedule. Burnley Arms with its 2 services a day along that line. Typically, if it's like a service where the one station only gets a infrequent service and everything else along the line gets a very frequent one, I'll just make that station get all the services as well because it's easier. Occasionally, in cases like Burnley Arms, it gets a special service, but then I need a platform somewhere to store it in currently because I just put it on the route for 24 hours a day. Make it run every 6 hours. When I eventually look into timetabling properly, I will work out what I'm doing with the trains. Anyway, Cannon Street. I did say I was going to do it. Let's get that done. Finish southeastern. SE. Cannon Street to Cannon Street via Slade Green, I want to say. Or Sidcup. No, what's Slade Green? Is Slade Green SLD or SLG? It's something like that. I think that's what they use as they go via for the looping services. Where am I looking? Cannon Street. Okay, we'll have out of queue. Probably down through 1, I imagine, but we'll have a look. Okay, at CST all day next week. I need one that's coming back to Cannon Street. Here we go. You're out of 2. Well, yeah, good enough. Through 1 to Dartford. You probably come back through 3, apparently. Oh yeah, this I can't do doubles as these. I could do. Okay, let's do that. Deptford. And Greenwich. So Deptford and Greenwich. Okay, now that's going through. Let's just double check what it's doing along through here. It should be on the top 2 tracks, which it looks like it is. Cool. Greenwich, Maze Hill, and Westcombe Park, Charlton, Woolwich Dockyard, nope. And Woolwich Arsenal, Plumstead, Abbey Wood, Belvedere, Erith, Slade Green, then where? Continue to from via Sidcup, see below. Crayford, Bexley, Albany Park. Is this Crayford? Bexley. So there used to be a service that went around this curve as well that they've cut for global reasons. In fact, I think it was combined with the service that did that loop, that bit of track. I'm not sure. I don't live on the southeastern network, so the loops in the suburbs always confused me a little bit. Sidcup, New Eltham, Mottingham, Lee, Hither Green, then where? Lewisham, St John's, New Cross. You would get to Lewisham eventually. So far, everything is systematically crossed Lewisham rather than... Slade Green's in the wrong order. $15, $14. Yeah, I haven't pulled this one down below everything. It should be after Bexley, after Crayford, but before Erith. There we go. Thank you. Lewisham. What was I doing? New Cross. No, that's not New Cross. That's St John's. Then New Cross. Then London Bridge. where I now run into the issue of not being able to use the same platform twice. So I can all very well go through 3 and up to platform 2 here, but I can't get back out and stop at London Bridge again in 1. So that's not ideal. I'm not really sure how to deal with that. So I can't get it into any other platform. 1 is the only platform it can use. So it might only be able to stop at London Bridge in 1 direction on the way out. And on the way back, honestly. I don't want to using 51. I want it to go through there. There we go, that'll do. Actually, there is an alternative to this that I could do instead. I've come up with a new idea. No, this is clockwise. I've come up with a brand new idea. There we go. It only goes 1 direction now, but it always goes that 1 direction. And that's going to be run by a bit of everything again. So it can have 2, 3, 7, 6s to start with. Well, that's close, but okay. I can't really give it a dwell anywhere, so... we need 4 trains, so that's 2. Can have a 707 and a 465. I do love giving it a bit of everything, don't I? Full. Now I have to do that in the other direction. SE, Cannon Street to Cannon Street, anti-clockwise, 10, 5, 1 minute every 30 minutes, out of platform 2. And now we can go through 1 and back through 3. And after going through 1, we'll be going down to New Cross. This doesn't appear to have worked. Okay, pause that. This one. How are you intending to get from... If I just put you in the wrong platform at New Cross, I might have just put it in the wrong platform. There's weird rules with New Cross. It doesn't like playing nice. Yeah, I think I just put it on the wrong platform. Okay, so if I take you and say use that platform instead, will you play nice now? Yeah, it's because I put an arrow here. It wasn't a conscious decision of mine, but you know. Okay. So out of London Bridge, down to New Cross. And St John's. And Lewisham. And Hither Green. And then so on and so forth along here. Lee. I mean, this is all stuff we've seen before. I'm just doing it in the opposite order now. New Eltham. Whatever these stations are, systematically clicking the wrong arrow at every station. Don't mind me. Crayford, up to Slade Green, Erith, Belvedere, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Woolwich Dockyard, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, and back into London Bridge. Although, quite what line you're trying to use there, I don't know. Can I see about getting you across to here? Thank you very much. And it comes down here nicely, yeah, because it's still that reversible in the middle that I then randomly, arbitrarily decided was going to be that way. Who knows? I need to put some trains on that. Can have one of those. Because that takes. So that's going to have a very short turnaround if I don't give it a dwell time somewhere. Well, how could I give it a dwell time that won't affect anything? At the moment, I could do it at Deptford, and all it would affect is itself and the Thameslink service, which I don't really want to affect. Or I could do it at Lewisham, and it would only affect the service down to Hayes. I'm tempted to do it at Greenwich. Oh, I'll do a bit at Lewisham and a bit at Greenwich. It's going to have to be a very long dwell, so... If I say 3 minutes at Greenwich... No, I'm going to need more than that. 4 minutes at Greenwich. And then back at Lewisham, we have another 4 minutes. There we go, that's just enough. 4 trains. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. There we go. That's the loop done. Then we just need the other 2 services. There's the Cannon Street to Orpington via Grove Park and Cannon Street to Hayes. That's all I have left to do, and then southeastern is done. I also need to open that line. Cannon Street has 7 platforms. I'm going to be using 4 of them. Go figure. Cannon Street to Orp, 10:05. Come on. Come on, game. Let me click. 1 minute every 30 minutes. If I set up the these 2 both as 30 minutes, yes, I have. Okay. Onto here. Cannon Street to Orpington. Through London Bridge 1. And then, yeah, okay. Sure, cool. Nothing's going to be using London Bridge 2, by the way. That was just more effort than it's worth. Thameslink will probably end up using 4 and 5, as well as anywhere else they decide they want. Probably easier just to keep using the 4 over here. 5, 6, and 7 are a bit awkward to access. They all have to be accessed from this one track. So London Bridge, back through London Bridge. New Cross, back through New Cross. St John's. And now where? We do go to Lewisham. Really? Kind of hoping I wouldn't have something else going to Lewisham. That's annoying. Okay, that dwell in Lewisham is becoming slightly more problematic very quickly because I now have a train every 10 minutes through here. So does nothing go like? Does everything insist on crossing over there? Really? That just feels like poor planning. Hither Green, Grove Park, Elmstead Woods, Chislehurst, Hetswood, Orpington. I think there's a Thames link to Orpington which can use that bay, or if it really wants that bay. Tunbridge, London Bridge. Yeah, it's a peak service. I was under the impression. There's the old service that goes into the Beckenham Junction Bay platform. There's old services that go up to Blackfriars via Elephant and Castle. They've got all sorts that operate on in peak hours. I got down to Orpington. This is done by probably pretty much anything again. Yeah, sure, you can have some more 376. I've probably way overdone it on the 376 allocations, but I don't know, like 25 minutes in Orpington. I have a long turnaround at both ends, which means I need 4 trains. I have some 465s because there are a lot more of those in existence than I've been putting in. Then I can open that, and the last service is Cannon Street, no, southeastern Cannon Street to Hayes. 10, 0.05, 1 minute dwells, every 30 minutes, out of Cannon Street, through London Bridge. Oh, I've got a massive queue forming now, great. Through New Cross, through St John's, through Lewisham, and then Ladywell, Catford Bridge, Lower Sydenham, New Beckenham, Clock House, Elmer's End, almost there, almost finished. Eden Park, West Wickham, and Hayes. Done. Add a train. Some of those. How many do I need? Quite a few. Let's give it like a 20-minute dwell at Hayes. See what that does. Now I need 4. Yeah, let's just have it all 465s. Full. Yeah, the southeastern network, I have no idea what's going on with most of it, most of the time, honestly. I tried using some of it the other day in London and ignoring the fact that there was a signalling failure. Cannon Street has got to be the most deserted station I've ever seen. When I was in there, there was maximum 12 other people, including station staff. And this was like beginning of evening peak. It was weird. It was strangely deserted. Right, London Bridge should start getting a bit busier now. It's got everything except Thameslink running through it, so it's almost fully set up. So there we go. In come trains, out go trains. Well, I'm probably, having finished southeastern, I've no idea what time. It is like 20 past 8. Okay, yeah, I'm probably going to wrap it up because my throat's starting to hurt from talking, and I'm quite hungry. So, thanks everyone for joining me as we build some more of the UK. Southeastern's finished. There's weirdly nothing in the middle at the moment, but that's because everything runs hourly. And we started work on the Cumbrian coastline, which I'll probably end up finishing off camera because that's going to take a while. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time.